Cancer is one of the most feared words in human life. But what is cancer really? Why are cancer numbers rising? Is modern life causing it? Can cancer be prevented? And what is science discovering right now that could completely change how cancer is found and treated? I'm Dr. Vitas, and welcome to Xenovitas, where we explore the science of health, wellness, prevention, and longevity in a clear, evidence-based way. In this video, we are going to break cancer down clearly and simply. No hype, no miracle cures, no panic, just real biology, real prevention, and the most important things science actually knows. Because once you understand cancer, it stops being only a terrifying word. It becomes something you can think about more clearly, more calmly, and more intelligently. What cancer is? Cancer is not one disease. It is a name for many different diseases that begin when cells stop following the body's rules. Normally, your cells grow, divide, do their job, and die when they are supposed to. This balance is how healthy tissue stays healthy. Cancer starts when some cells break that balance. They keep dividing when they should stop. They ignore signals that normally control growth. They resist death. They can invade nearby tissue. And the most dangerous part is this: some cancer cells can spread to distant parts of the body. That is called metastasis. And in many cancers, metastasis is what makes the disease far more difficult to treat. So cancer is not simply a lump or a bad cell. It is a process in which damaged cells slowly gain the ability to survive, multiply, invade, and sometimes spread. How cancer starts. At the center of cancer is DNA. DNA is the instruction code inside your cells. It helps control when cells grow, when they repair themselves, and when they die. Over time, that code can change. Some changes do nothing. Some are repaired. But some affect genes that control growth and repair. When enough important changes build up, a normal cell can slowly become cancerous. This does not usually happen all at once. It often takes years, even decades, and those DNA changes can come from many places: tobacco smoke, ultraviolet radiation from the sun, alcohol, some infections, inherited mutations, environmental exposures, and also normal errors that can happen when cells copy DNA over time. This is why cancer usually has more than one cause. It is often the result of biology, time, and exposure working together. Why cancer figures have risen. This is where many people get confused. When you hear that cancer numbers are rising, it does not automatically mean one new cause is suddenly affecting everyone. First, the world population is larger. Second, the world population is older. And because cancer risk rises with age, more older adults means more cancer cases overall. That is one of the biggest reasons global cancer numbers are increasing. In 2022, the world saw about 20 million new cancer cases and about 9.7 million cancer deaths. By 2050, the annual number of new cases is projected to reach 35 million. But demographics are not the whole story. Risk factors still matter: smoking, alcohol, obesity, infections, air pollution, ultraviolet exposure, and other avoidable risks continue to contribute to cancer burden. And there is another important trend. Some cancers are rising in younger adults. Researchers are still trying to understand why. So the honest answer is this: cancer figures have risen because of aging, population growth, persistent risk factors, and some real early onset trends that science is still investigating. The most common and most lethal cancers. Not all cancers are equally common, and not all cancers are equally deadly. Globally, the most commonly diagnosed cancers include lung cancer, female breast cancer, and colorectal cancer. Prostate and stomach cancer are also among the most common worldwide. But the cancers that cause the most deaths are not always the ones diagnosed the most. Lung cancer remains the leading cause of cancer death globally. Colorectal cancer and liver cancer are also among the major causes of cancer death worldwide. And some cancers, such as pancreatic cancer, are especially feared because they are often detected late. So what makes a cancer especially lethal? Usually one or more of these. It grows aggressively, spreads early, is difficult to detect in its early stages, or has fewer effective treatment options. In cancer, timing matters enormously. How to prevent cancer? Cancer cannot be prevented completely, but a large share of cancers can be reduced. The biggest prevention actions are not glamorous, but they matter. Do not smoke. Avoid secondhand smoke. Limit alcohol. Stay physically active. Maintain a healthy body weight. Protect your skin from too much ultraviolet radiation. Get vaccinated against HPV and hepatitis B, and reduce exposure to known carcinogens where possible. This is important. Prevention is not one pill, one superfood, or one internet trick. It is a pattern of reducing avoidable damage over time. And in cancer, long-term habits matter. Screening and early detection. Prevention is one side of the story. Early detection is the other. Some cancers are much more treatable when they are found early. And for a few cancers, screening can even find abnormal tissue before invasive cancer fully develops. This is especially important in cancers such as cervical cancer and colorectal cancer, where screening can detect precancerous changes or early disease. Breast cancer screening can also reduce mortality in appropriate groups. But screening is not a universal rule for every cancer and every person. Good screening has to balance benefit, harm, accuracy, and who is actually likely to benefit. So the takeaway is simple. Screening matters, but it should be evidence-based and appropriate to the person, the cancer type, and the medical guidance they fall under. Latest science, liquid biopsy, and AI. Now the story becomes more futuristic. One of the most exciting areas in cancer research is liquid biopsy. Instead of removing tissue from a tumor, scientists look for cancer-related material in blood or other body fluids. The idea is simple but powerful. Find cancer signals earlier, monitor disease more easily, and make detection less invasive. This field is still developing, but progress is real. AI is another major area. Its role is not to replace doctors, but to help detect subtle patterns in scans, pathology, and screening data more consistently and efficiently. So the future is not science fiction. It is better detection, built carefully. Latest science, immunotherapy and personalized vaccines. Another major frontier is teaching the immune system to fight cancer more effectively. Some modern cancer treatments work by helping immune cells recognize and attack tumors. This area, called immunotherapy, has already transformed care for some cancers. Researchers are now pushing even further with personalized cancer vaccines. These are not universal vaccines that prevent all cancers. They are treatment vaccines designed around the specific mutations inside a person's tumor, so the immune system can learn what to target. These approaches are still emerging, and they are not broad cures, but they represent one of the most exciting directions in oncology. This is the real story of cancer science today. Not a miracle, but a steady move towards smarter, more personalized medicine. Cancer is not one mystery disease. It is a large family of diseases shaped by abnormal cell behavior, DNA damage, time, biology, and exposure. Some cancer risk can be lowered, some cancers can be found earlier, and science is building better tools to detect and treat cancer in ways that were almost impossible to imagine just a few decades ago. So the smartest response to cancer is neither panic nor denial. It is understanding. Understand what cancer is, understand which risks matter, understand what prevention can do, and understand that modern research is moving fast, even if the work is far from finished. If this video helped you understand cancer more clearly, subscribe to Xenovitas and share it with someone who needs facts instead of fear. Take care, stay informed, and do your best to reduce the cancer risks we explored in this video. See you in the next video.